What? Okay, fine. I'll pick up my book. Actually, let's talk about this. Okay, you caught me. I was avoiding reading. And you know what? I think I know why. Because for the past 2 weeks, I've been researching why it's so much easier for us to pick up our phones or watch TV or do just about anything but read, even when we love to do it. Here's why we avoid reading all the time. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You want to do some reading, so you plan a time to just sit with your book and get into it. You literally have nothing else to do. This is your time. I bet you're looking forward to it too. But when that time comes and you sit down with your book in hand ready to read, your phone becomes super enticing. You have the best intentions, but instead of reading your book, you spend half your reading time scrolling on social media instead. My friend, you are not alone. The choices we make in that moment are due to one thing and one thing alone. Your brain is choosing the easy option without your consent. Our brains are wired to choose the easy option because it uses less energy. In other words, if it requires less mental effort, our brains will push us in that direction. Way back when, this was to preserve us as human beings. Now, it's just annoying. There have even been studies done where people will choose actual physical pain rather than doing something slightly difficult, which is mind-boggling. So when you pick up your phone, you're choosing the easier option, and of course, this doesn't just apply to your phone. If your brain sees reading as the harder thing to do, you'll pick watching TV, messaging a friend, even cleaning if it seems in any way easier than picking up a book. But while you might pick up your phone in the moment because it's the easy option, it doesn't explain why we lose so many hours to social media scrolling instead of picking up the book instead. This is where social media design comes into play. I don't know about you, but I have the best intentions when it comes to scrolling on social media. I'll say I'll do it for 10 minutes and then I'll cut it off and do something else instead. But what ends up happening is that I can sometimes spend hours just scrolling on social media, getting lost in reels or short form video or whatever. This is because Instagram or whatever other social media platform you use is designed to suck you in and not spit you out again. The only time you might step away is if you see something you don't like or something boring, you have an ad blocker in place, or you have some serious self-control. A never-ending scroll of short-form content, video hooks, catchy music trends, and an algorithm that will give you exactly what you want are all designed to lock you in. And while you're there, you enter a kind of dissociative state where you lose track of time and the only thing that exists is the content you're consuming, much like you would when reading a really good book. The difference is your phone requires very little brain power at all. Reading, however, does require it. So our mind again picks the thing that's easy. Okay, wow, that probably isn't what you want to hear. From all of that information, you would probably think that we don't have any choice or any control over our behavior patterns. But just by knowing it, we do. Our phones or other distractions occupy space in our mind whether we're using them or not, and this applies to chores, TV, responsibilities, anything. In other words, if you can see the source of your distraction, that's enough. I don't know about you, but if I can see my phone out the corner of my eye while I'm reading, I look at it every single time. Like my brain is betraying me. All of this isn't to make us lose hope, far from it. If anything, it tells us that it's not our fault. We're not lazy, we don't lack good focus. It's just that our brains are wired to behave differently. So if our brains are wired this way, then what can we do to combat that, or at least work with it? Well, the solution is pretty simple. Just keep the distractions out of sight. Stick your phone under a pillow or in another room. Read in a room without a TV. Make sure your chores are done before you pick up your book. You get the point. So to combat these distractions, at least while we're reading, we have to remove them. So as for me, I should probably get back to it.